Coffee with Andy and Tracy. Good early afternoon for Coffee with Andy and Tracy. She's not really feeling it right now. She's cold. She's a little grumpy. I let her sleep in an extra hour this morning, and you'd think I'm not grumpy. So we left Annapolis this morning. Beautiful. We topped off with diesel, and we put a full load of water on. While we were filling, all the boys ran downstairs and took a shower.
That guy was probably like, they got the biggest water tanks.
Are their legs full of water? I mean, good Lord.
Go away, big cloud.
Big cloud, go away. We were going to go hang out in Annapolis yesterday, and we decided we were having such a good time at the boat show, we did a whole nother day. And it was a good time. Picked up our POG, isn't that the right name? The dock. POG dock. Podboard dock. What? The swell's coming out of here. So, and we hung out there. We got to watch the breakdown of the Annapolis sailboat show, which was just crazy because I can equate it to watching ants attack something else and carry it all into its hive or nest or underground lair, but all in reverse. And in the middle of all that, sorry, I might get bumped off this, all the sailboats are skedaddling, and in about 15 minutes, 40 boats took off. All 5 of the Valley catamarans, all 5 of the Lagoons in the Lagoon booth, the Moon Cat took off, Moon Dragon, which was a 60-foot catamaran that's down in St. Thomas on charter. And they had another, it was like a 55-foot DeFore Cat that they had in charter down there. Those boats were just beautiful. The 60-footer, we asked one of the deckhands, like, how big is this boat? He's like, oh, it's just 60 feet. With a 32-foot beam on it, so it's 32 feet wide. And the teak, there was 2 boats at the show that the teak wood was just so soft under your feet. It was just magical. We had a great time. Got to experience a little bit of a downpour while we were there. We'll probably have to cut this short just a minute because it's getting confusing. But we did some sailing for about an hour and a half on the way up to Baltimore. We're coming to the harbor, so we're motoring at the moment. Sorry, Sharon, for not being able to show you a little bit of sailing, but it's we've been doing it. What?
Huge freedom.
We want to be out of its way. It's about 2.5, 3 miles behind us, but it'll be
taking 5 seconds to be honest.
It won't take him long. So we're looking to anchor up in Canton or Canton Falls, just outside of the Baltimore Inner Harbor. There's a World War II submarine called the Tourist. There's another ship, and then there's the Coast Guard cutter Tenay, named after the Coast Guard captain who was very famous, who's pronounced his name Tawny. The guide specifically says the boat is named after him, but it's pronounced differently than his name. I don't know why. Whatever. We might check out the aquarium here. What's that guy doing? I'm not sure. Just steer clear of the boat under sail and that guy. We're good. We're in the channel.
Yeah, but I'm on his side of the channel and he's turning around.
I think he's going up in there. So it's a balmy, like 44 degrees out right now. Wind's blowing about 10 knots. It was some really good sailing. We we were up in about 15 knot winds, and we were sailing at six knots for a little while, right? And a lot of it was at a pretty close reach, it wasn't a close reach. We were just a beam of it. So he just revved up.
Why he came all the way in here though.
Well, he came in that other channel and came out. So at the boat show, we saw some of our some people we've been following for several years on Facebook. They were over at the YouTube booth, but we didn't get into that melee really at all. But on Sunday, we were walking by, and Tracy stopped on the dock and looked at somebody, and her head turned sideways, and it turned sideways the other way. And she's like, "That voice is so familiar." And she, man, that sounds like a pilot boat, doesn't it? What was the flag he was carrying earlier?
I don't know, it's like a
Sock.
It was like a canopy or something. When you put it down.
I don't know. Who knows? And it ended up being Seth, the dad off the Sailing Family channel. They had a 53-foot Formosa that was not Formosa. What was that? Not a Formosa. Formosa, that's a monohull.
No, I can't even.
It's the same boat as the Vagabond. In Outremer, 51 or 53. We saw the La Vagabond boat was there on the docks, and everyone had to get to the certain spot. I think they had footprints on the deck where you go stand and take your photos opportunity to be your Instagram famous thing. So we saw Seth on Sunday, and he is.
I don't know where.
We go and turn a little bit left, right past this green building. He is now like a chief sales rep for HH Catamarans, which is a beautiful boat. It is a high dollar boat, high end catamaran. So we went on, we looked at that boat for a little while, came up, we talked to him. He was very gracious and a really nice guy to just talk to for a few minutes. Said we'd been watching him for several years, and we didn't fanboy or fangirl at him, but it was a personable conversation. He's happy to be back in Fort Lauderdale, and his kids are happy to be back in sports, and he's coaching some of their little league teams, and he seemed happy. While we were there, we saw Delos, which was pretty cool as well. So we got off that boat and got to see just about everything we needed to see for the boat show. It was a good time. We're looking forward to Baltimore and some updates. I'm trying to experiment with some YouTube short reels, which broadcast out on Instagram, which I'm not Instagram savvy. I guess I'm just not the right demographic. And it also does reels over to Facebook. We'll see how that goes, but in the first 24 hours, we've had a lot of views and a lot of interest over on the channel. But it's really just to stay connected to you guys. The boys are all holed up inside doing their homework today. Camden sat out here in the cockpit for like 3 hours.
Right?
Boy,
In shorts and a freaking t-shirt. I got on 2 long johns and my jacket, 2 pairs of pants. I've literally got jeans over a pair of leggings, a hat, a scarf around my neck, and my teeth are chattering. And he's sitting out here in shorts and a thin t-shirt.
I'm in shorts and a t-shirt with a light sweatshirt over it. It's brisk. Those old Lipton iced tea. That's brisk, baby. Would be today. It is today brisk. You have any other follow-ups in the boat show you want to add, sweetie?
Not really. I'm still going on going.
She's wanting me to cut this short. I'm just happy to be back on the air and be out of some technical difficulties. We're going to try to stop at a couple of places here in Baltimore and maybe rectify some of that. We are working towards it though. Got to make my sweet bloop over here happy. And until next time, we love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.